Hello again. This is part 2 of San Diego, and I'm going to include Tucson as well. So let's get right to it. Let me put one thing back real quick. Back. So yeah, when I was in San Diego, first off, I changed records up on us here. Something that I picked up in Tucson. That well, I'll talk about this a little bit later. What's playing right now, I will talk about it a little bit later. When I was in San Diego, I went up to one other record store called Zia Records, which is up in Encinitas, up the coast a little bit. And I was looking around, you know, a lot of stuff I was looking at, a lot of great 45s. And I was picking up some vinyl, a couple of 12 inches, and then I went over to the singles area, and I found someone had just decided to sell a big chunk of early to mid career Simple Minds singles. So I just jumped on them, and I put the 12 inches that I had back, and I just focused on these 12 inches. Simple Minds, Speed Your Love to Me. From Zia Records, there's a little Zia Records logo there. So I don't think these are not in order. Glittering Prize. Some of these are deluxe packaging as well. These are just straightforward. Straightforward. This one, yeah, again, this is a straightforward package. Up on the catwalk. These are all in mint condition. It's like they bought them and they put them away and they didn't touch them, and then they decided to sell them, and then I decided to buy them. Varying. You know, somewhere like $1.99 or $2.99, and there's nothing wrong with them at all. Celebrate. This was earlier. Empires and Dance. Well, Empires and Dance, third, fourth album. Not sure. Simple Minds, I Travel, and it includes a flexi that came with it, which is pretty cool. Again, flexi's in great shape, and the single itself is in great shape. So I saw these, I went through them, I'm going, you know, some of these, that one was $5.99. This next one, Changeling, $5.99. This is an earlier 45 of theirs. $5.99, that's understandable why it's a little bit more. This one, great, $5.99. Poster sleeve of Someone, Somewhere in Summertime, one of my favorite songs from one of my favorite albums of theirs. Again, poster sleeve, folds out. I don't think it's been unfolded, it just has the record slipped in there. Life in a Day, Simple Minds. Again, this is probably the most expensive one, $6.99. Very much an earlier album, 45, I believe. Yeah, 79. So I was happy to. I was pretty sure that everything that I flipped through, I know I have some Simple Minds 45s, but I got to go back and look. I pretty much could tell that everything that was in there, all these 45s, I didn't have. At that price, I just, what? Come on, Simple Minds, they're great. 80s man. And then for $5 I found, and I think I've got this, I've got a number of Cure 45s from the 80s, but I found this one, The Walk and The Dream, simple white sleeve, but, you know, $5, a Cure single, original, can't say no to that. There was a Stranglers 45 there of them doing White Rabbit. I almost picked that up, but I didn't. I love this bag they put it in. It's like, yay, unicorns flying out of black holes, and crazy people flying out of black holes. So anyway, that was my last stop at in San Diego, and I have a very patient sister who lives in San Diego who will endure my need to go to record stores, and she brings the books along. She sits in the car. I go in. I'm very conscious of her being outside, so it makes me go by fast. Makes me go through faster. And you know, luckily there was a library nearby. One of them, I think that was the M Theory one. There's a library near M Theory, and she got to go in the library and she found some books. I was in the record store. I was finding records. So put these guys away. And so that makes me very happy. I want to compare those to my other Simple Minds, and I'm sure I don't have a lot of those. So I was off to Tucson after that, and what we're listening to right now is a band named Brinsley Schwartz. And see if I can easily... I want to do this right. I paid a little bit of money for this. This is Brinsley Schwartz's second album, and it's on the UK label, UK Liberty label. It's a great cover. I'm gonna cover up the price. It's not a huge amount of money, but I just love that cover. And anybody who doesn't know Brinsley Schwartz, this is their second album. They made, I think, 4 albums, but it's got the laminate on it that's still relatively good shape. See the whole thing, yeah, very cool. Cover artwork, interior information, and you might recognize, I believe it's this gentleman right here in the back. That gentleman is Nick Lowe, and a number of these songs, if not all of these songs, not just a number of them, were written by Nick Lowe. So before he went solo in the late 70s, early 80s, this was the band he was with. And it's kind of folk, rock, pop, you know. Nick Lowe's always had a foot in country western music, and he sort of went full into it later on after his early 80s solo career began. He put out a number of albums that were very much into the country vein. So this, you can get online, you can find US copies of this fairly easily, and even they go for a bit of a price, but the US or the UK version, and this is in such great shape except for where somebody named BB decided to put their initials on the cover. Thank you, BB. There was something else there that was an original. I can't remember what it was. It also had the BB stamp of approval. Anyway, so glad to have this. Brinsley Schwartz. It's called Despite It All. That's what's playing on the turntable as I speak, as I go through all this stuff. Anyway, and it's in great shape. It's, again, it had dust on it, and otherwise a little bit of dust, and it looks, the vinyl's in great shape, so I was very happy to have it. First album, I can't remember what the name of it is, not received too well, apparently. But then this album came out and I was like, oh, okay, I guess these guys can do something. And then they put out 1 or 2 more albums, I believe, and then Nick Lowe headed out on his own and hooked up with Elvis Costello, did work with him. Rockpile, you all probably know Rockpile, or a lot of you do. So, let's see. So more from Zia Records. Zia Records, they have 2 locations in Tucson. I got some great stickers, Zia Records. And they're both pretty good size. Oh, great. 12-inch Aztec camera. I'm opening these, I'm looking through these bags. I can't remember what I got. So it's kind of like, oh, hey, I got this. Terrific. $1.99. Aztec camera, 12-inch, deep, wide, and tall. I've never even seen a 12-inch Aztec camera single. Maybe I haven't been looking for them because I've got one in my hands right now, but I was happy to find that. What else have we got here? Oh, I found some cool stuff. You know, I've been really interested in the electronic music that everybody's been playing and getting into, and one of their stores had a good handful. Someone must have sold a lot of stuff by Variety, Tangerine Dream, Synergy, and whatnot. And I thumbed through and listened to a few things. Through one nice thing about AllMusic is some of their listings have listings of albums. You can actually listen to the tracks. So I've got my iPhone up to my ear and going, listening to just get a sample of what it sounds like. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. So, you know, I can't take a guess on everything, but I thought this was interesting. And those of you in the electronic music world who are far more knowledgeable than I am, I would be curious to know your impressions of these albums. But this was a soundtrack done by Synergy, composed by Larry Fast. It was either a movie or a movie made for TV, I don't know, called The Jupiter Menace. Anybody's familiar with that? I got to look this up and try to watch it and see. It's a promo on Passport Records, and it's got this interesting sticker here. It says, "See Larry Fast Synergy on tour with Peter Gabriel." So The Jupiter Menace coming to a theater near you in 1983. So there you go. Cut out here is the back. I thought it was more of a documentary, but it doesn't seem to be. Yeah. Pull this out. This just looked really, really interesting. When I pulled it out, the guy, Passport Records, the guy working at the front desk was all excited about this and a few other things that had come in and was telling me about him. He was somewhat knowledgeable on the electronic composers, bands. So when I thumbed through a few things and I did a little research, I got into them. Tangerine Dream, I believe. I'm going to mispronounce this person's name, but Edgar Froese, F-R-O-E-S-E. Tangerine Dream, I've known of Tangerine Dream for a long time. This is a solo album that he did called Aqua. It's very, I've always been interested in them. I've seen them, I'm aware of them, I know of them. I just never really delved into their music, but found a nice import copy of this. Very cool cover. And I say import, but what's odd is I was looking and is this an import? I think this is. This is a UK. But the German pressings, what's interesting is what I found out is somebody, the guy said there, he sort of tipped me off to, they reversed the artwork on the import, on the German pressings. And I went out to eBay and I found out that this is a UK pressing. And if you look at the UK pressing, at this artwork, and you look at the German version of it, they've taken this entire image and they've flipped it. So this corner up here, down here, is up here. And for whatever reason. I'd be curious to know why. Or maybe somebody made a mistake, maybe it was intentional, I don't know. I'd be curious to know if anybody has any clues to that. But yeah, apparently the German pressings, the German artwork was flipped. Nice Virgin label there. Turn right side up. I was trying color Virgin label. I guess I have seen a color Virgin label before. I'm kind of used to just seeing the black and white version. Haven't heard these yet. Looking forward to it. I did sample a little bit of this one, I think, from AllMusic. So I'll be sampling a little bit more of this, listening to it, putting it on, giving a good spin. But I wanted to make a bit of a dive into that music, that genre of music. And speaking of Tangerine Dream, there was another one called Safa Century, which I picked up. And I believe this is also a UK pressing, made in England, Polydor. Also available on music cassette. One word. Interesting. So yeah, there's Edgar Froese. This is the stereo version, I believe. Quadro Stereo Mono. I believe this is the stereo. Let me take a look. Polydor stereo, yeah. So, looking forward to listening to this. This is another one he pointed out, saying that this was a very good one. So, I was very happy to find these, to sort of stick my toe into Tangerine Dream and get listening to them. And finally, from this particular Zia store, I picked up a U2 Pride 12-inch, which I don't believe I had. I'm pretty sure I don't have. So, it was in great shape. And now that's an interesting combination. Aztec camera. And then have all this electronic music sandwiched by U2. So that was Tucson, Zia Records, the first Zia Records. Second one I went to, a good handful of things, including the second Zia Records I went to. I got the Brinsley Schwartz, Boards of the Alkalite, Steve Hackett. And this is a nice UK pressing. Trying to whip through these quickly. A friend of mine in Hollywood, Dave, he was telling me about June Tabor. He was playing some CDs, and I think I may have bought a CD. I'm not sure. But anyway, I found this. $3. June Tabor. She seems to have an affinity with cats, but beautiful voice, Celtic sound. And this is on Safa Records. Yeah. From 1983. So I was happy to grab an album of hers to listen to. at a good price. This is a... Oh, that's right. I found a bunch of compilation albums. This was in the compilation section as opposed to being in the Neil Young section. Always wanted this. $3. In great shape. An original pressing with the crazy cutout interior, which I'm going to crazily try to show. It has a little bit of ring wear on the front and back, but this is what drives me a little crazy. It's got the cutout, you know, openings, Journey Through the Past. Everything's in great shape, even the vinyl. For the price is like, I was going, I really can't argue with this. Have to get it. So, yeah, I mean, it was hard to turn that down. This is something I've been looking to get for a while. I saw one recently, and it didn't have this, and I didn't know that it had that special die cut inside. This is just a Neil Young album compilation that I'm just not all that familiar with. So I knew it existed. I just didn't know it was available. Didn't know it was there. Another $3. Now I'm curious to see the documentary this goes with, the film. I've got to track that down. Another $3 comp was Summer of Love, but it's only $3. It's on the Rhino label, and it's just got great songs on here. A great collection of songs. For $3, I can't say no, especially to a Rhino. Rhino always puts out good things. But lots of late 60s music by a lot of different bands. So, mostly US. But this great cover and little promo clip there. So, grab that guy. Oh, see, I'd completely forgotten I got this, and I almost bought one of these on eBay last night. And I had already bought it. There you go. See, that's. My mind gets so filled up with music. I can't remember what music I bought just recently, let alone what I've already got in my stack. So this is again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but Hirgist Ridge, Mike Oldfield. This is going to go with my import of QE2 that I picked up for $1. And this was $2.99. And again, I think it's the cool. Oh, see, this is the black and white Virgin label. That's the one I'm used to seeing, but I'm seeing more and more of the color Virgin label now. So that's very cool. Anyway, so I'll keep that out. Still in the original shrink wrap, and we'll put that out. I'm really liking this Brinsley Schwartz a lot. It's hard. I haven't seen too much. I haven't seen this particular Brinsley Schwartz on CD, so I'll have to look. It's probably been released, or it's been sort of semi-officially released. And last but not least, because I can't have enough copies of any Beatles-related item, for $2, Venus and Mars. It's not. I don't think it's the greatest quality of vinyl, but it has all the artwork in it. It has all the posters. It has all the stickers. The round sticker, the long sticker with the planets, and the 2 posters. The vinyl's in actually fairly good condition. And I believe, if you look carefully, yes, it is. It's a Wally. I think Wally did all of these. Whoever Wally is, the mysterious Wally, who mastered these onto the vinyl. If I may have gone over this again with the Beatles, but if you find a Beatles reissue from late 70s, early 80s on the purple vinyl, and it was made on the West Coast, or if you find a copy that's from the West Coast, check out the Dead Wax and look for a WLLY or WALLY, Wally. That particular engineer, or mastering by that engineer, mastered it onto the vinyl. Did a superb job. Apparently was able to get the original, like close to the original tapes, and made them sound really good. And they're some of the best repressings, reissues of the original American vinyls. So, and he did all the Venus and Mars. So if you got a Venus and Mars from an original Venus and Mars, you'll see scribed usually on side 1, little Wally. So that's it for Tucson. I could do a record store day, but people have been doing record store days, and it's all the same stuff. I've got some stuff behind me. I will do a little record store day involving these folks right here. A lot of bands will piggyback off of record store day, and they won't have the Record Store Day seal of approval that some of these do have, but they will be released on the same day. And I got a lot of stuff on Record Store Day. Maybe I'll do Record Store Day, maybe I won't, but at least I'll show a couple of the unusual things that got piggybacked on with everything else. Anyway, 2 down. I've got about 17 more to go to catch up with all the things I want to show. There's some stuff before I went on vacation that I picked up around here that I didn't get a chance to show. So, and I did some recent crate digging in my storage space yesterday, and I rescued some 45s and some CD box sets and whatnot from there that I was concerned had been damaged. I'd alluded a little bit to it in some other posts. For whatever reason, I decided to store a couple of crates of 45s and a set of box sets, Beetle box sets, and a Kate Bush box set of 45s and things. And that storage space gets warm, and it suddenly dawned on me, like, oh my gosh, have these things been damaged by the heat? And because they were way they were packed and where they were located in the storage space, nothing. They were fine. They were warped. They're in perfect conditions. Like, thank you. And some other Beatles stuff too. The only thing that was kind of odd was, I should go into this when I'll show them actually, because I want to show them off. But I had just a 45 crate, 2 45 crates inside of a box. That's all that was in there. Nothing else. The box was fine. The plastic on the enclosure of the plastic box was okay. Nothing had crushed or anything like that. But somehow, one side of the corners of all these 45s in one of the boxes all have, and it happens to be my XTC collection. Yay, because they were in mint condition. Well, they're not so minty anymore. It's not horrible, but it's at least they're not warped. But the sleeves all have a bit of a crunch on the upper left corner. Oh well. I was more concerned about the Beetle boxes because those are just out of my price range now to get. I'm so glad I got them when I did. But that's another post. So thank you for sticking around for all this blabbing. I guess I do have a lot of catching up to do, and I'm ready to do it. So thanks for watching, and I've got a lot of catching up to do with everybody else's posts, and I'm going to do that. And people have asked to do some more Beatles stuff, and I'm going to do some more Beatles stuff after I get done catching up with all these other things. So, like I said, I've got a list of things I'm going to do. Thanks, and I'll talk to you later. And if you find the Brinsley shorts, buy the Brinsley shorts. If you're a Nick Lowe fan, you must buy. See ya.